Part 1 had everyone talking, and for good reason. But the story doesn't end there. Some royal figures have faced even deeper controversy, from broken marriages and betrayals to public disgrace and shocking rumors that shook entire kingdoms. In this second part, we're diving into 8 more royals who became the most hated figures in royal history. Sarah Ferguson. Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, or Fergie as the press loves to call her, has lived one of the most dramatic royal stories ever. When she married Prince Andrew in 1986, she was seen as the fun, down-to-earth royal who brought warmth to the stiff traditions of the monarchy. But things quickly turned messy. Her marriage fell apart under the glare of the tabloids, and the scandal exploded in 1992 when photos of her sunbathing topless with her financial advisor hit the headlines. After her divorce in 1996, she faced huge debts and public humiliation, but kept bouncing back, writing books, starting charities, and even becoming a spokesperson for Weight Watchers. Yet controversy always seemed to follow her, from money troubles to her alleged links to Jeffrey Epstein. Despite it all, Sarah remains unapologetically herself, bold, flawed, and determined to rebuild her image. She's the royal rebel who never quite fit the mold, and that's exactly why people can't stop talking about her. Princess Sofia of Sweden. Princess Sofia of Sweden is one of the most talked about royals, and not always for the reasons you'd expect. Before she became a princess, Sofia Hellqvist was a glamour model and even starred on a Swedish reality show which made her romance with Prince Carl Philip a media storm. Many critics thought she didn't fit into royal life, calling her past too scandalous for the crown. But Sofia didn't let that stop her. After marrying Carl Philip in 2015, she transformed her image completely. Trading photo shoots for philanthropy, she co-founded Project Playground, helping underprivileged children in Africa, and even worked as a hospital assistant during the COVID-19 pandemic, wearing scrubs instead of gowns. Despite the hate she faced, Sofia has earned respect for her dedication, humility, and kindness. Her journey from reality TV to royalty proves that not all fairy tales start with perfection. Some begin with controversy and end with redemption. Princess Charlene of Monaco. Princess Charlene of Monaco's life sounds like a fairy tale, but not the kind with a perfectly happy ending. Born Charlene Wittstock in Zimbabwe and raised in South Africa, she was a professional swimmer who even competed at the 2000 Olympics before meeting Prince Albert II of Monaco. Their love story seemed picture perfect when they married in 2011, but rumors quickly began swirling about her unhappiness and multiple attempts to flee before the wedding. Over the years, Charlene has faced intense media scrutiny, especially during her long absences from Monaco due to health issues, which fueled gossip about marital troubles. Still, she's proven stronger than most give her credit for. As a mother to twins, Prince Jacques and Princess Gabriella, and founder of the Princess Charlene Foundation, she's focused on saving lives through water safety initiatives. Despite the cold palace rumors and constant comparisons to Grace Kelly, Charlene remains one of the most mysterious and talked about royals, a woman caught between love, duty, and the dream of freedom. King Edward VIII. King Edward VIII's story is one of passion, power, and ultimate sacrifice, the kind of royal drama that changed history forever. Born to be king, Edward took the throne in 1936, charming the world with his modern style and effortless charisma. But his reign didn't even last a year. Why? Because of love. Edward fell deeply for Wallis Simpson, an American divorcee, something the British establishment and the Church of England found completely unacceptable at the time. Faced with a choice between the crown and the woman he loved, Edward did the unthinkable. he gave up the throne. His famous words, "I have found it impossible to carry the heavy burden of responsibility without the help and support of the woman I love," shocked the world. After abdicating, he became the Duke of Windsor and lived in exile, forever marked as the king who walked away. But that romantic gesture came with consequences. Edward's legacy remains complicated. Some see him as a hopeless romantic, others as a reckless royal who traded duty for desire. King Maha Vajiralongkorn, Thailand. King Maha Vajiralongkorn of Thailand, also known as King Rama X, is one of the most controversial monarchs in the world, a ruler whose life feels more like a royal soap opera than reality. Born in 1952, he became king in 2016 after the death of his beloved father, King Bhumibol, who is deeply respected by the Thai people. But unlike his father, Vajiralongkorn's reign has been rocked by scandals, luxury, and public criticism. He spent much of his time living in Germany, far from his people, which led many Thais to question his commitment to the throne. His personal life has been even more dramatic: 4 marriages, multiple divorces, and stories of palace intrigue, from stripping his consort of titles to reinstating her months later. While Thailand's strict laws make it risky for citizens to openly criticize him, discontent has grown quietly, especially among the youth. Extravagant spending, a reclusive lifestyle, and his unpredictable behavior have made him one of the most disliked royals of the modern era. Crown Prince Frederik of Denmark. Crown Prince Frederik of Denmark has long been seen as the charming, relatable face of the Danish royal family, but lately his image has taken a hit. Born in 1968 to Queen Margrethe II, Frederik grew up as the future king of one of Europe's most admired monarchies. His romance with Australian-born Mary Donaldson was the ultimate royal love story. A prince meets a commoner at a bar during the Sydney Olympics, and years later she becomes the beloved Crown Princess of Denmark. But behind the fairy tale smiles, whispers of trouble have followed him. Recently, Frederik faced intense media backlash after being spotted on what looked like a private night out in Madrid with Mexican socialite Genoveva Casanova without Mary. The rumors of infidelity shook the royal image, especially since Frederik has always been portrayed as the loyal family man. Though the palace denied any wrongdoing, the scandal left a mark, with the public questioning whether the future king still lives up to his polished image. Wallis Simpson. Wallis Simpson, the woman who changed the course of British history, remains one of the most hated and misunderstood figures to ever be linked to the royal family. An American divorcee with undeniable charm and ambition, she captured the heart of King Edward VIII, leading him to make the ultimate sacrifice, abdicating the throne in 1936 to marry her. What should have been a love story for the ages instead became a royal scandal that shook the monarchy to its core. Branded as a social climber and manipulator, Wallis was blamed for stealing the king and nearly bringing down the crown itself. The British public never forgave her. She was shut out of royal life, denied the title of Her Royal Highness, and forever cast as the villain in Britain's most dramatic royal romance. Behind her polished exterior, though, was a woman who paid a steep price for love, living out her days in exile with Edward. Wallis Simpson didn't just rewrite royal history. She became the cautionary tale of what happens when love dares to defy the crown. Queen Camilla. Queen Camilla's royal journey is one of the most controversial and most fascinating transformations in modern royal history. Once branded the most hated woman in Britain, she went from being Prince Charles's secret lover to the Queen Consort of the United Kingdom. Her story began long before the fairy tale wedding to Charles in 2005. During his marriage to Princess Diana, Camilla was seen as the other woman, the one who broke the heart of the world's most beloved princess. The public turned against her, tabloids tore her apart, and she lived under years of brutal criticism. But over time, Camilla quietly rebuilt her image. With patience and loyalty, she earned respect, both from Charles and, surprisingly, from many Britons. As queen, she's focused on championing causes like domestic violence, awareness, and literacy, showing a softer, more grounded side of royalty. Still, her name continues to divide opinions. To some, she's a symbol of endurance and second chances. To others, she'll always be the woman who stole Diana's happiness. Queen Camilla's story is proof that in the royal world, redemption doesn't come easily, but it's possible. And that wraps up part 2 of the most hated royals in history. Stories that prove royal life isn't always about glittering crowns and perfect smiles. So, which of these royals do you think faced the harshest backlash? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more dramatic royal stories every week.